I just pulled into a service station just so I could grab my banana from out the back. I was feeling quite hungry. I've just left the campsite that I'd been on for the last couple of nights. Just booked myself a stay. It was another one that was just on the outskirts of Amsterdam. More expensive than the first one, but it did have good like transport links if you wanted to get into the city, so I'll leave like a link in the description. It was a good campsite, but it was just like massive. It was like RV city. It was huge. Probably great if you got kids. I think there was like a little play park there. They even had like a supermarket and restaurant and stuff, but for me I think I preferred the first campsite. It was just a bit more my vibe. It was smaller and like I liked it. But the second one was absolutely fine as well. But yeah, I'm just on my way now. I think I'm going to head to Gouda, where they make the cheese. I did think about heading up north, because I did want to see that like coast road, but this morning I had a warning light come on my van. It's gone off. So yeah, I didn't know whether to risk it. I feel a bit like I might just sort of play it safe. I'm catching up with some old family friends in a couple of days, so I've just sort of got today and tomorrow to myself, so I just sort of thought I'd meander my way sort of in their direction, which is sort of on the direction homewards to England. So yeah, I thought I'd probably do that, just on the play it a little bit cautious, just in case it's better if my van breaks down, closer to home rather than me driving further and further away. But she seems fine. She seems running fine. So I'm hoping it was just a little glitch, and nothing too serious. But I'm just on my way to. I'm going to stop at a Dutch supermarket because there are some Dutch delights that I want to make sure I've got in my van before going home. So yeah, let's go to do a bit of shopping. Well, that was a delightful experience going around the Dutch supermarket. I may even prefer it to the French supermarkets. But yeah, they had so many tasty treats. It just really makes me think, what the fuck are we doing in the UK in our supermarkets? I'm just like, I don't know. I understand how the Europeans give us a bad press for like food, because like they just know what they're doing over here. I'll show you the bits that I got. So I did just grab some like basics I needed. I just needed some rice noodles, and I really fancied some salmon. I've grabbed myself some tea, 2 boxes of each, because this is really nice tea. The Dutch really know what they're doing with tea. Especially like herbal ones. The fact that you can get a fresh mint tea in the McDonald's over here just sort of says how much the Dutch love their herbal tea. So they've just got such a good range, even better than the UK. Got myself some nice Jersey milks. I just wanted some real nice milk, and also these really nice looking soups. They're in these little pouches rather than tins, which is handy. I just thought they looked really tasty. And I grabbed myself a couple of like just rolls and that just to snack on for now, and a little smoothie. And these for my niece and nephew as a little treat for when I see them next. They're for my niece. And those little doggies are for my nephew, which I know he will absolutely love. And then, yeah, just some coriander to go with my dinner later, and a whole selection of fruit because I'm wanting all that goodness. And I know I didn't need any more Lindt chocolate because I have an obscene amount right now. But they had these 2 bars, which I'd never seen before. So I had to get them. And it's dark chocolate, which I absolutely love. So yeah, lemon with a touch of ginger and caramelised hazelnut. So yeah, I'm going to get all of this in my fridge or stowed away, and then I think I might just try and find myself another little campsite and just have a real nice couple of chilled days. My arm's sort of feeling a bit better, so I might try and like get my trike out maybe tomorrow. I think it might be up for it. So yeah, I would at least like to get 1 bike ride in while I'm here, because obviously I'd planned to do quite a lot, but yeah, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. Life happens. So yeah, if I can get in 1 bike ride, that'd be great. So yeah, let's get all this in the fridge, because it's bloody hot in here at the minute, I tell you. It's yeah, it's a nice sunny day, so yeah, getting a bit of a sweat on in here. Well, I have got to the campsite. It's really nice here. It's a lot more my vibe, but there is nobody around, so I'm just going to leave my van parked up and check in later. I'm going to go for a little walk. I spied a nice looking sort of cafe / bar as I was driving in, so I'm just going to yeah, go and find that. Got my Bob Dylan book with me, so yeah, taking it for a walk. Might even read it. But yeah, I've literally been reading this book for like the last year, and I'm like, right, I've got to finish it. I've not got much left, only a few pages. But I'm not very good at doing like one thing at once, so I read like 5 different books. I've also got some that I'm listening to on Audible as well. So usually it takes me a minute to finish a book that I'm reading. But yeah, after like a year, I'm like, I've got to finish that book. So yeah, I'm gonna go and find this nice little cafe. It's right next to a nice little canal, so I'm just gonna look at the water, perhaps have a nice little hot chocolate, and read my book. I just absolutely love Holland. It's just so nice here. It's just such a nice country. I really like the campsite that I'm at. I'm in the like proper farming country. It feels like there's a chicken farm back there, and there's some goats and sheep and stuff. Oh, I'll just pull over. There's a car coming. But yeah, there's just all these lovely. That car go by. Yeah, there's just all these lovely little channels of water and lovely little sheep and lambs and stuff. It's just gorgeous here. It just feels like such a peaceful country. I really feel that about the Netherlands. It just feels very peaceful. It's really calm. It's really clean. Everyone is so friendly. Pretty much everyone speaks English, like perfect English. It seriously made me think, I know I will be back in the Netherlands at some point because I love it. I must brush up on a bit more Dutch because I feel pretty pathetic, to be honest. I can barely get out a thank you. I need to, work on my please and thank yous and perhaps a little, hello, how are you, those sort of phrases. Get a bit better. I can just about get by roughly with a bit of French and Spanish. Not conversationally, but I can ask for stuff or go into a shop and, make a bit of an effort. But I feel like I could do with getting a bit more Dutch words in my head if I can. Well, that was a lovely little stop. Nice cup of tea, read my book, and now just a nice walk back to my van. See, it's just so lovely here. It's really nice. I love that it's so flat as well. Good for nice walking for me. And some nice little ducks around, just because obviously there's water everywhere. So there's nice ducks everywhere and in people's gardens. So yeah, it's really nice, and it's really nice and mild at the minute as well. It's not too cold or anything. A little bit grey and rainy, but I'm English. I know how to handle the rain. I just got back to my van. I timed it really well because it's just started to rain. So I feel like I got very lucky there. So yeah, I'm in my nice cozy van. I've just moved into the campsite. I still can't find anyone. I don't think they're around. So I've just pulled up onto a space and plugged myself in. I have sort of checked in online, haven't paid yet, but I thought it seems like the kind of place where they'd be pretty chill. So I just thought I'm just going to park up and get comfy because I'm just ready to just be cozy for the rest of the evening. I don't know what time it is. I think maybe nearly 6 o'clock. So yeah, I'm going to heat up one of those pouches of soup and have a bit of dinner. I've got a lovely little spot on this campsite. You can see out my window. I'm right next to a nice little canal, and there's fields beyond that, and there is I don't think you can quite see it on the phone, but there is like a little duck there, so it's just a really nice little spot for me because as much as the other campsite, it was good, but it really was RV city, and I'm a country bumpkin. I like my trees and my plants. So in fact, I've got a nice little view out my window and a bit of water and some trees. It's just the ticket for me. What's nice about this campsite is they've got boxes of herbs growing. So I just picked some when I was on my way back to my van, and I've just made myself a fresh herb tea with some ginger that I had. It's just my favourite. Fresh herbal teas are amazing. I just use my cafetiere. So what would usually have coffee in it has now got fresh herbs and ginger. And then, just like with coffee, I just put the lid back on, and it just acts as a real nice sort of like herbal tea infuser. Which is pretty good because I don't know the next time I'm going to be using this cafetiere for coffee. It's mad since sort of like the ayahuasca. I know I'm only like a few days out of it, but I just sort of got no desire for like coffee or cake or cannabis. It's mad like how it it just alters you. I can see why a lot of people with like addictions, like it's really good. A lot of people like with heroin addictions or like cocaine addiction and like hard drugs, they a lot of people have got benefit from using ayahuasca to treat that as a way of sort of like getting them getting them off those drugs, because it just changes you. You just sort of come out with like so much more, like, I don't know if it's just sort of like self-love or what, or self-care, but I just sort of really just want so much like fruit and veg right now, and like fresh herbal teas, and I just really want to, I just feel like I need to cleanse. And I do feel quite tired at the minute as well, I think, just because of like all the journeying, and then I think just altering suddenly what I'm eating now. I think my body's a bit like, oh, this is a bit different, we're not used to all of this sort of health all in one go. So yeah, we're sort of like, see how it goes, but I'm sort of intrigued to document the journey anyway, and just sort of see how it goes, as much as I really appreciate people watching these videos, and some people seem to even like them. It's most of the time, these videos, it's just a documentation really for myself, like a little vlog, a little video journey of this sort of like journey I'm on, so that for years to come it'll just be a good thing to look back on. It's like how I journal, not every day, but I do journal a lot, and I don't know if I'll ever read back through my journals, but it's just a nice thing to have. And it made me really think about it when I got my granny's journals from when she was a young woman, and it was so fantastic to be able to read them and to just sort of hear her life from her perspective. So I just it just sort of inspired me more to sort of journal and document stuff for no particular reason than it might be interesting one day, and maybe it's even interesting today. I don't know, but I enjoy doing it anyway. It's it's fun to do. I'm going to drink this tea and then just wait a minute before putting my soup on. I don't feel a little peckish, but just want to hold off a minute. But I've decided to pick this one. No idea what it is. But judging by the pictures on it, it's definitely got some peppers, some chicken and some garlic in it. So I thought it would probably be tasty. So yeah, we'll try that out in a minute. I'll let you know what it's like. But I love that they were in these little pouches. I just thought that's well handy. Just a lot lighter than a tin. So I like those. Really impressed with the Dutch supermarket, and Holland. Honestly, I cannot speak highly enough of the Netherlands. If you've never been, take a trip. Seriously, it's just such a lovely country. It's just so peaceful here. It's just, it's really peaceful. It's so friendly. It's fantastic. Just really lovely people. I really love the Dutch. Love their country. So thanks the Netherlands and Dutch people. I've really enjoying my time here. I think I think you're great. Well, it is 7 o'clock and I am well and truly ready for my soup. So let's give this little pouch of Dutch soup a try. I'm quite looking forward to it, actually. I do love a bit of soup. I'm just a massive fan of soup, and it's something that I used to make a lot when I lived in a house. I'd either sort of like roast up a load of vegetables in the oven and then just mix in some stock, or usually bone broth, and whiz it all up and just have a nice roasted vegetable soup. I used to have a slow cooker, and whenever I'd have a chicken or would just get some bones from the butchers, I'd leave it on for 2-3 days with the bones in there and just make my own bone broths, and they were so tasty. So yeah, being in my van, I have been a bit missing soups, or I'll buy soups, but usually, I've usually got like a tin of soup just with me, because it's just like emergency food. It's good, but usually I'm a bit like, ugh, tin soup, especially when you're used to like fresh homemade soup. It's banging. The fresh stuff that you can buy in the supermarkets isn't too bad. So yeah, I'm just intrigued to see what this pouch of soup is like. Well, it opens very easy, which is nice. So yeah, let's pour it in and see what we got. I did think perhaps I should make a bit more of an effort to sort of make some soups in my van, but I think I haven't, partly because, one, I don't have a blender, but I know I could make it like a chunky soup. It doesn't have to be like blended. But I think it's also, whenever I make soup, I always make like a big like batch of soup. and I find that hard, especially I have got my fridge where it's perhaps not quite as good, yeah, as a normal fridge. I wouldn't perhaps trust stuff for as long, you know, as if I had like a proper fridge. I'd probably, you know, leave stuff an extra sort of day or two. So yeah, perhaps I should get on it. Just make a little soup for myself. But yeah, for the minute we shall yeah, try this pouch. Just want to make sure I got all the bits out the bottom. Yeah, I think it's all out of there. So yeah, no idea what we're eating, but I think it's probably like a chicken soup. Looks like chicken soup. Yeah. I've got a really nice roll that I picked up. So that'll be a nice addition with my soup. So real nice little seedy one. Oh, it smells really good too. Oh, I just can't beat the smell of fresh bread, can you? It's just such a good smell. Such a good smell. There we go. Dinner is served. And that is a great thing about soup, and especially a little camp stove which kicks out an almighty flame. Dinner's done in a flash. So yeah, got my nice soup, my roll, my fresh herbal tea, which is just going down a treat. It's just, oh, fresh herbs is so good. Really recommend it. If you've got a few herbs in your garden, just, yeah, stick them in a bit of hot water, have a lovely fresh herbal tea. Right, let's give this soup a try. That is good. That is like Thai green curry meets chicken soup. That's really tasty. That is so tasty. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, just makes me want to spend more time in Holland and Europe. I just love it. They just do food so good over here. Not just Holland, like the whole of Europe. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, there's some really good like produce in the UK, and like I spent a lot of time in Cornwall. There are some damn fine farms down in Cornwall kicking out some damn fine food, I tell you. But I don't know, for the most part though, like you go around an English supermarket, it's a bit drab, isn't it? But a European one, the produce is amazing. Oh, it's so good. I'd really like to come to Holland again. I want to go up north, and also I want to do more bike riding. There are other parts of Europe I'd really like to check out as well. Like I've never been to Germany. I'd really like to explore more of Italy. I've been to Rome once, but yeah, I'd like to see more of the country. Yeah, I love Europe. I was really gutted when we left Europe. I was a bit like, oh, I didn't want to leave. I really like Europe. I like being a European. I think perhaps sometimes more than I like being English. So yeah, I don't know, but maybe I'll just have to find myself a European husband, and I'll come back into the EU. I seriously could see myself living in Europe, though. I mean, I don't know if it would ever happen, or I don't know. Who knows where the path's going to go of my life? But yeah, I really like it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I lived abroad. I could see myself doing that. That'll Cornwall probably. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where I end up really, and I'm intrigued to see sort of how long I'll be sort of on the road for. Yeah, I'm just sort of making up life as I go along at the minute, really. So just seeing where the road takes me. No, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you get like proper like hunks of chicken in there. Nice. yeah, I would get that soup. Highly recommend it. Even their like pre-made like pots of salad and pasta are really good. I had one when I was on my ayahuasca retreat, and it was just really tasty. I've got to be honest, and the guy was like, "Oh, I've got your pasta salad," and it was in a little packet. I was just thinking, oh, the ones in the UK are just a bit like, nah, they're just a bit bland. This one had like fresh herbs in it. Again, fresh herbs. It was banging. So yeah, it just seems to I think they've just sort of like got a little higher quality, I think, in their supermarkets. I've always thought like if I was in the UK and I had had a little bit more money, I would just be shopping in like Waitrose and M&S all the time, because those supermarkets know how to do food. I mean, you can get damn fine food in those two shops. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the other one's right, but yeah, usually I'm shopping in Sainsbury's. That's like my go-to supermarket. I don't mind like a bit of like Lidl or Aldi. They're all right. Got to be honest though, not a fan of Tesco at all. Had a big falling out with Tesco actually, and I sort of just decided I would never shop there again. Now, there have been some times where I've had to nip into a Tesco because it's been the only supermarket, but as a rule, Tesco to me are blacklisted. Mainly because I used to shop in Tesco all the time. It was my go-to supermarket. I used to do my weekly shopping there. I'd get my fuel in there. I had my mobile phone there. Like every week I was spending like money at Tesco, to the point like by the end of the year it was thousands of pounds when I added it all up that I was spending at Tesco. And then I went in there one day and I had a cold, and I was just feeling really shitty. Got to the checkout, had some Lemsip, paying for it and whatnot, putting it through. And the guy put the Lemsip through, and then after he put it through, he grabbed it back, and then he said, "Actually, have you got some ID?" And I was just like, "Are you kidding? Are you kidding?" But I was like, "That's fine. Like, luckily I have these youthful good good looks. I'm 36 in I don't know, what is it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? And at times people are still surprised at my age when I tell them. So I don't mind being ID'd. I take it as a compliment. I just think, yep, long may this continue. If I'm still getting ID'd at 40, amazing. So I went to get my ID out of my bag, but I didn't have my driving licence on me. So I had two other forms of ID. One had like a picture, one of the date. But because it didn't match the specific ID that they needed, they wouldn't accept it. So they were like, "We can't sell you this Lemsip." And I got to be honest, I just lost my shit. I was feeling sick. I was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, I think I was like, how old was I at the time? I was in my 30s. I must have been like 33, 34. I was like, I just need some Lemsip. I'm not trying to buy a bottle of vodka. Like my car keys are here. Like, just send me the goddamn Lemsip, please. But they wouldn't. And I even got the manager, and I was like, I've been in this supermarket every week for the last 10 years, and you don't know me. You don't know me. And it really bothered me. I just thought, I spend thousands of pounds with you every year. I come in here every week, and nobody knows me here, so that I can't get the medicine I need when I'm sick. And that was it for me. I just thought, fuck you, to be honest. That's exactly what I thought. So that was it. I stopped my phone. I ended my phone contract. I didn't go shopping in there anymore. I don't get any fuel from there. That's it. I was done. I was absolutely done. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like people at Sainsbury's know who I am either. I mean, maybe a little bit more, but it just bothered me so greatly in that moment when I needed some medicine and I couldn't get it. And it just sort of like, I get it, it's sort of hard because I know a lot of like, if you go to the butchers and greengrocers, it's extra time to go to the individual shops. It can potentially be more expensive, but it's just, I think it matters, just being known, and I just sort of thought, it just bothered me as well, like all the profits that Tesco makes, and I know all the supermarkets make massive profits, You know, and all the price increases, and I just, yeah, it was just a big fuck you moment to Tesco. And as I'm such a stubborn woman, I just, yeah, I haven't gone back. Like I said, apart from a couple of times I've just been like, oh, look, Tesco Express. It's like, if I really need something, I will. But if I can avoid going in a Tesco, I will. Like, I rarely go go in one. And I do get it probably was a massive overreaction because I was tired and I was sick. But yeah, just really bothered me. And I just find that, like, with big, you know, corporations and conglomerates, it's just, you just don't really mean anything, do you? You know, you're the one providing all their, like, profits, but I don't really give a fuck about you. And I know me choosing to not shop at Tesco doesn't really affect Tesco or Mr. Tesco in any way whatsoever, but it made me feel better about the situation anyway. So I'm sticking with my boycott. But yeah, what about you? Have you got any you know, things that you've boycotted for good reason, or just because you lost your shit? You know, maybe there's shops that you avoid as well. Mm. That is just such nice soup. It's so nice that. Oh, I'd be half tempted to go back and get some more. It's well tasty. Right, try out some of this nice bread. So good. I don't think I've got any other shops that I boycott though. That's the only one. Yeah, that's it really. I do try sometimes to not get too much on Amazon, but equally sometimes it's just the convenience, isn't it? You know, especially because I find eBay a bit shit nowadays. I used to like eBay because it was a lot of people just, you know, selling their stuff, just genuine people. I feel like Facebook Marketplace has become what eBay used to be, which is why it's good. I do enjoy that, and I've got a lot from that and sold a lot through that. But yeah, I just find eBay now is just a lot of Chinese shops. That's how I find it. It's just so much just comes from China, and it's just cheap crap. So yeah, I just sort of, not all the time, I will trawl through eBay because sometimes it is good for getting certain bits, but yeah, I just don't find it as good as what it used to be. Oh, that's nice. Can't beat it. Rainy day, nice bit of soup and roll. Right, I might just get on with eating my soup and leave it there, so you don't have a video of me just shoveling soup and bread into my mouth.